Hello there, and welcome to this quick little you wanna get the Levitus Mount tutorial guide. This came out with the February release, and unfortunately it took us 4 hours because there wasn't a whole lot on the internet at the time or on any of the BGs or wikis on how to get it. So, you wanna get the mount? Here's a quick and easy way to do it. First thing you're going to want to do is there are a lot of prerequisites that I would recommend doing before you jump on in. 1, complete the Rise of the Zillart missions, complete Full Speed Ahead, which gets you the training whistle, attain Doctor status for the strange apparatuses, and have a Veliganon coffer key. In addition to that, you're going to want a green chip, an infinity core, and 38 elemental crystal clusters. They do not all have to be the same. So here's the breakdown. Part 1, get the Doctor status. I recommend getting the Doctor status from Dangraf Wadi using the survival book. Once you teleport to Dangraf Wadi, you're going to want to head to the strange apparatus at E11/F11 through the false wall in Dangraf Wadi. I say this is the easiest because the code to complete the password is 00, which means minimal math to find your password. For your password, take the first 3 letters of your character's name and match them to the cipher. For me, I'm ZOE, which means Z25O14E04. The first part of my password would be 25 plus 00 equals 25, and so on. Basically, 25, 14, and 04 are the first 6 digits of my password. For the last 2 digits of the password, you add up all of your numbers, so for me, 25, 14, and 04, to get the number that is the last 2 digits of your password. You also add the number of the zone code, but since Dangraf Wadi is 00, you just have to add those 3. So for me, my password, the full complete 8 digits, is 25, 14, 0443. If the sum total of the first 6 digits is over 100 or it has 3 digits, you will only use the last 2 digits, the 10s and the 1s place. So for me, I don't have to worry about that with 43, but let's say, for example, my number was 112. I would only use 12 in order to get that. I've also heard that you lose your Doctor status if you use the wrong chip or 48 hours of inactivity. I can't say that that's proven, but I just want to share that in case you think maybe you have Doctor status. It's always a good idea to check before you try to do this quest. Part 2, get your items. Here are the items and how to get them. You're going to want to get the green chip, the infinity core, the Veliganon key, and your clusters. To get the green chip, this can be purchased through a goblin vendor in Port Bastock, Windhurst Walls, and Northern Sandy area. The names and the times are below. Next, you're going to want to get the infinity core. Unfortunately, I only know that you can get these through Dynamis farming. 3. The Veliganon coffer key. This is a good chunk of our time. However, if you do not want to farm from a spheroid or weapon type monster, you can simply buy one from a curio Moogle for 5,000 gil. That'll save you time. Now before we talk about crystal clusters, make sure you have 10 mares for the Eldnarge fight. If you're like me, you store crystals with the ephemeral Moogles. You can collect your 38 clusters from there. That'll save you time later on down the road. Just make sure you have enough room in your inventory. Now we're ready to begin. Finally, starting the quest. Whew! Head to Upper Juno's Chocobo Stables at G7. Once you head down the stairs and turn towards, you're going to start the quest as you move up. Now I'm not going to give you any spoilers, so don't worry, we cut out most of everything. But from here, you're going to speak to the quest starter, Jaredade. After speaking with Jaredate and the cutscene ends, you're going to want to teleport to Northern Sandioria. Or at least I teleported to Northern Sandioria. You're going to want to get your Celestial Nexus Phantom Gem. I got mine from the NPC Trisvane at J7 of Northern Sandoria, next to the Chateau home point. You can also get the key item from Raving Opossum in Port Bastock and Mimble Pimble in Port Windhurst. I'm not familiar with them, but obviously if you are, then I would recommend going there. After you spend the 10 merit points from the Phantom Gem key item, go to the home point again, and here's where you're going to travel to Tulia to go to the Shrine of Ra Vitu for the Eldnarge fight. With your Celestial Nexus Phantom Gem in tow, you can choose the Celestial Nexus fight on any difficulty to obtain the key item for this Levitus Flying Mount quest. I will recommend completing it on the easiest eye level setting to avoid wasting time. It is an uncapped 30-minute fight. As a 99 level character, you should have no problems. You can also choose to go in as a solo player, in a group, or you can call Truss. For us, we called Truss to make the fight go quicker, as it had been some time since we had to do a Rise of the Zilart fight. If you remember, Eldnarge fight is a 2-part fight. So we went in, buffed up, focused on getting the orbitals and his weird little plate armor down, which took a little bit of time, but it wasn't like we were ever in any serious danger. Believe we also went in and the easiest setting, which is a 113, so it wasn't a complete walkover. However, it also was not a near-death fight. It did take a little time, however, to get all the plates down, but once all the plate armor was down, it was relatively quick. Once you complete Phase 1, you'll get a brief cutscene as seen here. This is where Eldnarge powers up for the second phase. As you'll see though, once he doesn't have his power plates and his orbitals, he is taken down in a relatively short time. A few weapon skills later, Eldnarge is down, and it is time for our cutscene reward. In this brief cutscene, you will get the key item, the broken flying machine. This is the broken flying machine key item that you will need to take back to the Mapitoto area, aka the Chocobo Stables at G7 in Upper Juneau. Again, no spoilers, however. Basically, you are told that you now need to go to the strange apparatus in Fei-Yin. The strange apparatus is found in Fei-Yin at G6 Map 1. This is where you're going to get your next clue. There are 2 ways to get there. You can proceed to the basement, H9, Map 1, or warp to Ferengandi, Fei-Yin, home point number 2. Then proceed back up the stairs from E7, Map 2, to GH, actually it's kind of GH-ish 6 on Map 1, where you'll run through the fake wall to the apparatus. All apparatus are hidden like this. Once you get to that point, you can choose to obtain the Velagonin coffer key by means of killing lots of monsters, or you can get it from a curio vendor Moogle, as said earlier, for the 5,000 gil price. Either way, once you have the coffer key, you can then go back to Velagonin Palace to obtain the levitation device key item. I will say that you do have to do a bit of searching to find the coffer. The coffer is located in a few different areas, however, those are marked on the maps on the screen. So I recommend going to one of the wiki pages and pulling up coffer locations to shorten your time. I will have the link to the coffer in the comments below. But once you pop the coffer, you will get your coffer key item, which is the levitation device key item. Now it is time to head back to Feyin to the strange apparatus in the hidden area at G6H6 Map 1. Since we already received the doctor status at Dangraf Wadi, we can proceed directly to trading our green chip and infinity core to the apparatus. You will see a brief amount of dialogue from the apparatus before asking for the 38 elemental clusters. It'll take a few moments, and you will then be asked to trade the clusters. Remember, any clusters will do. Once you trade the clusters, you will get some additional dialogue before you receive the Whirring Engine key item. Now we can warp back to complete the quest. Go back to Upper Juno and head once again to the Chocobo stables at G7 for the final cutscenes of the quest. You're going to speak to Mapitoto this one final time. To avoid too many spoilers, I have cut out the cutscene. But I will mention that you do get a few cutscenes. And at the end, there you are, standing proud on your Levitus Mount that hopefully did not take you 4 hours to obtain, like we did. Congratulations! You have completed the Levitus Mount quest. If you enjoyed this guide, or it helped you in any way, please let me know in the comments below. For live streaming of Final Fantasy XI, please head over to my Twitch channel and give it a follow to be notified when I go live. To stay up to date on Game Over Girl, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at xgameovergirlx. These links are also below. Thanks so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed our guide. Links to where you can find me everywhere else on the interwebs you can find below. Remember, as I like to say, every game over is just another hilarious stumble towards learning and victory. Peace out, yo.